Good afternoon from Muynak. This is one of the flourishing fish ports of Soviet Union. At least it used to be. And at the moment, this Aral Sea, where this port used to situated, looks like this. Complete desert, no water. 30-40 years ago, actually, there used to be water here and people were fishing in this region, in Muynak city or town or village. Muynak town is situated in Karakalpakstan, which is the country inside Uzbekistan. It's called Republic of Karakalpakstan, and this is the town which they turned the space to the graveyard of the ships. After the Aral Sea dried, that ships just left in this land and basically in the desert. And there was no place to take them, or it was too expensive to ship them to different places. And probably some people actually hoped that water will come back in some point. Yeah, it's quite crazy. I'm just walking in the bottom of the sea, Aral Sea. You can see we are around 20 meters down from the hill, and this is where's the graveyard of the ships. And one by one I will try to explore all of them to see how big they are and what's inside. Right now it's very touristic, of course. People even wrote their names on them. It's nothing so much special, it's just a chunk of metal laying down on the sand, on the desert. But this is not the only ships left out in the Aral Sea. Actually, there are probably hundreds and thousands of them in other parts of the Aral Sea. Two-thirds of the Aral Sea was dried out and it's completely desert, and this is how it looks like right now. This ship, there's nothing inside, it's just a chunk of metal, and you can see the bottom of the sea. It's complete sand. This is one of the biggest boats here, which is left out, and I believe we can climb them or get in as well. Quite crazy experience to be here. I will try to climb upstairs to show you from different side. Pretty crazy, right? This is probably the captain's room, where he used to swim and ride this huge boat for fishing or other purposes. I'm not sure what was it. Probably this is the place where he was holding the control. It's actually one of the biggest human-made natural disaster, and until now governments are trying to fix it somehow, to find a solution to bring the water back, but I think it seems like an impossible mission, to be honest. And you might be asking why actually this happened, why Aral Sea started drying, or why the water just vanished away. The main reason coming from the competition between Soviet Union and the USA. So what happened at that time, there was a big competition in the export of the cotton, and this region was suitable for cotton industry and cotton growing. And what happened is that there was two main rivers in this area which was feeding Aral Sea, and they tried to change the routes and the way of the rivers, so basically water wasn't reaching to the Aral Sea. So at the end it ended up drying, and the level of the sea was going down and down, and this is what we have left with. It's really insane to see the ships just died there. Maybe they could be swimming still for another 50-100 years. And it's also very crazy to walk on this sand, which used to be the bottom of the sea only like 30-40 years ago. And here we are, coming here as a museum and taking pictures, making vlogs. Yeah, very different experience. I a little bit have the feeling of Chernobyl when I was in Kiev in Ukraine. It's very similar. I mean, it's a human-made disaster. Of course, there was lots of lives was lost in the Chernobyl, and it was one of the biggest disasters with the radiation. But this one is also very similar. I mean, not many people died from the accident, but actually it affected all the people living around here, because Aral Sea used to be the source of the water for many people here, for income, for making life, making food. But at the same time, it was a main source for animals and birds living here. And since the accident happened, all the mammals and the birds, half of their lives are lost, and only a few left. Probably in next 10-20 years nothing will be left here. And as I mentioned, I think it's very hard process to bring the water back. Something is done in Kazakhstan, also by the Uzbekistan, to help the Aral Sea to be water to come back by changing the banks of the other rivers. Yeah, but I don't really have a hope, because it's again human-made disaster and hardly can be undone. So yes, very interesting experience to be here and to see these gigantic ships just being and laying down on the sand is kind of interesting, at the same time very sad when you think about the consequences happened by the Aral Sea disappearing. This place is a little bit far from the big cities such as Khiva. We took 6 hours drive to arrive here, but I think it's quite worth it to drive all the way here and to see this if you are already in Uzbekistan. I'm also here with my Italian friend, Mate.
Hi guys.
How's your feelings? I know that you are taking lots of pictures.
Yeah.
How do you feel?
This is a unique place. It's ugly, but
Yeah.
fascinating.
It's a sad history,
Sad
but
history.
interesting
But still,
place
yeah,
to be.
fascinating to see it.
Yeah, exactly. When you think about the consequences and what happened here and how it happened by humans, it's
And it was not
crazy.
a small lake. It was the 4th largest lake in the world. This one, so
yeah.
quite big.
As of now, that's what we have left with, just a
yeah,
sand
yeah.
from the bottom of the sea and graveyard of the ships. Yeah, there's not much to see or not much to show you guys here. I think this is the end of the video here from Karakalpakstan, graveyard of the ships, and we will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for coming also in this
Thank you,
journey with
guys.
me, and see you in the next video,
See
guys.
you.
Bye.